Have you ever left ammunition in your pocket, like, let's say, 3 rounds of 9mm, and, you know, you pull them out of your pocket after running it through the wash for, like, an hour, and then, like, I don't know, an hour later you realize, hey, I can make a cool video about this? Well, you might not have done the video aspect, but, you might have left ammo in your pocket and, you know, ran it through the wash, and, you know, today, we're gonna see if, well, actually, in a week from now, we're gonna see if this stuff is still shootable. And I say in a week from now, or rather 5 to 6 days, depending on if I go to the range this Saturday or Sunday. But I say a week from now because we're also gonna be testing something else. What I have here is obviously 2 containers. We have 10 rounds in each container. 5 are flipped to their side to have the primer a little bit more exposed to the water, and then the other 5 are, like, you know, just standing upright. And, well, I guess I just spoiled what was in one container. This one is obviously water, as mentioned, and then this one is some motor oil. What kind of motor oil? To be honest, I can't remember. I clean my guns with motor oil, and, you know, the container that I got, like, a huge container of it, and this stuff, you know, as much as I clean my guns, you know, this it doesn't really burn through, so the label and everything's worn off. I don't recall what kind of motor oil it is. Though, to be honest, I just grabbed motor oil because it was the only other liquid I could think of to do this with. But anyways, as mentioned, we are going to leave these sitting here for about 5 to 6 days. I doubt more, but at least minimum 5 days we are going to be leaving these sitting here, and we will see if, you know, we get any issues with these firing, or just how sealed they actually are. Personally, I'm going to take bets and say that everything's going to fire, but, still, though, a neat little thing to try out. Actually, there is a funny story attributed to this. So, my first gun show I went to when I was, like, super, super young, this guy was, like, selling a bunch of these, like, different bullets, and, you know, I like collecting cartridges now, and obviously back then I was like, man, those look cool, and, you know, my dad got them, like, not thinking that, hey, those are probably live rounds, and, so we got home, and I don't know why my dad didn't think that they weren't live rounds when we got them. We're at a gun show. But anyways, we get home and he has the idea, like, yo, those are like live rounds, which, by the way, live rounds are fairly hardy. You're probably not going to set them off unless you are intentionally hitting them with like a fucking hammer. But anyways, you know, probably shouldn't have a kid playing with live rounds, and he takes them away, and he does this exactly, letting them sit in water, and ever since then, I was wondering if that really did deactivate it. Again, I don't think it did, but we're going to find out today. Anyways, enough blabbering. I will see you in X amount of days.
2,000 years later.
Alright, so it's actually been about 8 days. I intended to go to the range last weekend, didn't make it, and I wasn't able to make it yesterday, but we're going to be able to make it today, so, as mentioned, these have been sitting outside for about 8 days, and in, like, temperatures of, like, 115 degrees, give or take, like, for all of those days, so I don't really know what that adds to it, but this water is actually pretty hot. You could probably make coffee with that. But anyways, let's pull some of these out. You will notice that there is only 4 standing in here, and it's actually the same for the oil. It both happened, like, the first day. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to pull them out, you know, 4 bullets, 5 bullets, I mean, it's so darn close. So we're going to have 4 bullets standing upright for each one, and then 6 bullets laying on their side for each one. But anyways, let's pull out some from the water first. Thought I noticed a little bit of corrosion on there. Got that, going to dry it off. Well, this one does appear to have a little bit of corrosion. Not really showing up too good on camera, though. Nothing in the primer pocket area, though. That looks pretty good. That's a little bit concerning, though, that there is corrosion around here. And it kind of tells me water probably leaked in there. Let's grab another one. Or actually, better yet, let's grab one laying on its side. Maybe the primer pocket's a little more corroded. Oh, yeah. Okay, good, that's picking up. Yeah, you can see there's a little bit of corrosion in that primer pocket. This is one of the ones that was laying down. I'm going to set that to the side so I remember which one it was. Alright, now let's pull one from the oil. Now, personally, I don't think we're going to really see anything, but might as well see what we see on camera. Got that dried off to not get it on my floor. Let's see here. Yeah, nothing really, again, not that surprising. I didn't expect to really see anything on the outside of the case. If anything, that probably preserved it a little bit better. But just because the case and the bullet looks nice does not mean it's going to shoot. So let's go ahead and I'll explain what we're doing here real quick. So we have the 3 right here. This is actually the ones that did go through the washing machine. We're going to test those out first. Now, if any of these work, it's going to be these ones. I'm very confident. These were only in there for like, maybe an hour. I'm pretty sure these are going to cycle or fire, all that stuff. Now, the rest of the stuff, we got, these ones will be the ones that were standing upright. And then, I'm going to have all the row right there. This row will be the ones that were laying down on their side. Again, this is the top one's the water. And then these bottom ones, this top one will be my oil, and then the one standing upright in the oil, and the next ones will be the ones sitting to the side. I guess to be fair, you're not going to be seeing me pulling this out of the casing or anything, but that is how the lineup is going to go when we hit the range, which, speaking of the range, I think it's been quite enough talking. Let's go down there and see what happens. And of course, feel free to leave bets on what you think is going to happen down in the comments. Me personally, I was kind of optimistic. I was like, this stuff's pretty sealed. I don't really see the water or anything creeping in there. I'm going to be honest, I don't think any of this stuff's going to fire, at least the stuff right here. I think the washing machine stuff is going to fire without a problem, but feel free to post what you guys think down in the comments below. But anyways, it's range time. Alright, so the first 3 rounds we fire from the ones that were in the washing machine, and as you can tell, yeah, they just work. No issue there. Next up, we have the 4 rounds that were sitting upright in water, and these ones I noticed a definite reduction in power. Now, you won't really see it on camera, but they were feeling really, really weird while I was shooting them. Some water definitely got in them, and I was definitely on squib watch with these ones. Which, speaking of squibs, the first round from the rounds on their side that were in water gave me a squib, as you can see right there. I started shooting at the dirt because it would give me more of a visual cue that something actually left the barrel, as opposed to kind of focusing on the target and just trying to see a hole. And well, yeah, the first round from those ones gave me a squib. And fun fact, a 10-inch barrel rod won't work in a 16-inch barrel. So I went off camera and went to go and clear the squib. Which, with the squib cleared, I actually skipped to firing the oil ones, and then I saved these for last, but these are the rest of the 5 rounds that were sitting on their side in the water, and I won't say they fired without issue. They actually had the same issues as the other 4, where, again, the bolt felt very sluggish, with, a definite reduction in power, but they did all fire, and all the rounds left the barrel. Next up, we have the 4 rounds that were standing upright in the oil, and this is where it starts to get very weird, because now, I'm shooting at the dirt in the distance, so I can see my shots better, and right off the bat, I noticed that these rounds ran just fine. It didn't seem like there was any, reduction in power or anything, and, yeah, it just felt like shooting normal 9mm. That being said, though, it does get weird on the next set. Next up, we have the 6 rounds that were sitting on their side in the oil, and as mentioned, it gets weird because you'll hear a click, and yeah, that first round turned out to be a dud. Now, I did hold it for a few seconds just in case it was some weird hang fire, but, nothing happened, so we went on to go fire the next 5 rounds after I go to pick up the lead dud round. You can see the little primer, or the little strike indentation on it. Yeah, so anyways, we continue on with the other 5, and, well, much like the ones that were standing upright in oil, no issue. Again, no reduction in power or anything. Ran just fine, like normal 9mm. Now, I did try to fire off that dud round again. Maybe it just needed another hit on the primer. And also remembered you can't really drop them easily in this chamber, so loaded in a mag and another click. That round is most certainly dead. So, before we go, I didn't really think to do this. I should have marked the casings now that I think about it, but as I was picking up the casings, I noticed that a lot of them are showing signs of some definite overpressures, which I guess shouldn't really be a surprise, but I felt like why not add that into the video. This one I'm confident was one of the ones that was in the washing machine. It's a cellular and below round. I never really shoot that ammo out of my Storm. It might normally do that. I doubt it, but yeah, that one also had an overpressure, but for the most part, a lot of these rounds have overpressure. Some of them don't. Hard to say which is from which. I'm assuming the overpressure is from stuff like the ones that were in the water, because those ones certainly felt the weirdest to shoot. So I could see those ones being the overpressured ones. And then, of course, this one up here, that one is the dud round that did not fire. If the camera wants to look in there. Yeah. So, you know, fired the first time, didn't go. Tried the second time, again, didn't go. Only one from the oil that I will say was weird because, as mentioned, the oil ones that didn't feel like a reduction of power or anything. You know, they ran like normal 9mm, it would appear, except for that one. That one was a dud. And also, one thing I will add is we do have the squib here. Now, this is a funny part for the video because initially I was debating running this through like my Tokarev or something like that, just like a handgun. But I wanted the gun that I'm going to be the most accurate with, mainly for watching for squibs, because initially I was just going to watch the paper. And I'm thinking, had I actually fired it through a pistol, or maybe even my PPS 43, which has like a 10-inch barrel, we probably wouldn't have even gotten this squib because it was pretty far out of the barrel. I mean, that Storm's got a 16-inch barrel, so hypothetically, had we shot this thing through a, you know, an old pistol barrel or go a little bit longer to 10-inch barrel, I don't think we would have actually gotten a squib today. But yeah, that's the, I guess, little after range report. I guess in conclusion to all of this, if you plan on soaking your 9mm made by Magtech, by the way, in water for 8 days, I don't know, probably don't do that. I mean, you probably don't want to soak it in oil either, unless there's like some weird benefit I'm not aware of. But yeah, in conclusion, that's what happens when you soak 9mm made by Magtech specifically. Other ones might behave differently, but that's what happens when you soak normal 9mm in water and oil for 8 days. Hope you all enjoyed the video as much as I personally enjoyed making it, and I will see y'all next time.